Hello everybody and welcome back to another Boston Celtics video here in the 2025-2026 season. Never thought I had to be making this kind of video for the Celtics, but here we are. I'm just going to get straight to the point here, and I want to make this video as quick as possible because this video has to be made, and I don't want to make it, but it's got to be made. It's ridiculous. The Boston Celtics are a bad basketball team. That's right. You heard it here first. The Boston Celtics are a bad basketball team as of now. Maybe it'll change later in the season because we're still early in the season. But for right now, they are a bad basketball team. They are. If anyone disagrees with that, that's fine. I don't really care if you agree with me or not. Because I'm going to say that I think that needs to be said about this team is that they are a bad basketball team. And we're going to explain why that I think, and I'm going to explain in this video why I think they are a bad basketball team. But I do want to say this first. Before we even talk about the Celtics. I hate talking about the refs in a game that we lose because it makes it look childish and everything like that. But it's got to be mentioned. If you guys watched the end of the Celtics and Jazz game that just finished as I'm recording this video. When I don't know who Jazz player this was. I don't know the Jazz well, not really. I don't know the Jazz well. But this player trips and falls. I don't know if it was done on purpose or not. I'm not going to assume that. But he trips and falls on the court in front of Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown, as he's going, because the player, I'm pretty sure, knew that Jaylen Brown was going to go to the paint. Because it looked like he was about to do that. He was taking a step forward. He falls. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. And then Jaylen Brown trips on top of him and loses the ball. Turnover. No foul. I'm sorry, but what do you want him to do? What do you want Jaylen Brown to do if a guy trips in front of him and he falls on top of him and loses the ball? What is he going to do? Jaylen Brown is not part ghost. He can't walk through the guy when he's on the ground because it happened right in front of Jaylen Brown. He didn't even have a second to react and realize that he was falling on the ground. And Jaylen Brown tripped over him. I mean, that is obviously should be a foul for tripping. I don't know if they call it tripping in the NBA, but it's got to be something. Jaylen Brown couldn't do anything about it. He's not a cat. He can't have cat-like reflexes to think, oh, this guy's tripping in front of me. Let me try to go around him. Watch the play. It happened right in front of him. That's one of the reasons why the Celtics lost this game by 2 today. Utah Jazz. The Jazz. And I don't even want to mention the Jazz record last year. The Jazz. In Boston. Celtics lose this game 105-103. The Celtics are now 3-5 on the season. The Jazz were 0-3 on road games. They get their first one tonight. And that trip thing was not the only reason. There were two other big reasons why the Celtics lost this game. The second one, not a surprise, how bad the three-point shooting is. And guess what? It got even worse. Just when you think it couldn't, it got worse. Get this. The Boston Celtics. Wait until you hear this number. The Boston Celtics. I haven't even looked up the percentage of this number, and I'm going to once I'm done recording this video. I should have done it before, but I'm not restarting this recording because I need to get this video done because this is ridiculous. The Boston Celtics shot 11 for 51. How do you do that as an NBA team? I don't care what team you are. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how bad of a team you are. 11 for 51. And we still won't change it. And that's the saddest part. It is more sad that the Boston Celtics and Joe Mazzulla will not change that kind of game plan. That is more sad than watching the Celtics go 11 for 51 from 3 on the court. And the last thing, the rebounding. The game's tied 103-103. Jazz are holding for the last shot. Smart move. They try this fadeaway 2. It wasn't even really a good shot selection. It hit off the rim, and Queta can't even get the rebound. Utah gets the offensive rebound, and they put it back in with 6/10 of a second left. You got to get that rebound. There's no other excuse. You can, honestly, if you're not going to get that rebound, you might as well forget the tripping call. You might as well forget the 11 from 51 for 3. You might even forget anything else that bad happened in this Celtics game, and maybe even in the Celtics season. You have to get that rebound. No excuse. Game is on the line. And you got horsed on in front of your home crowd. And that's how you lose. There was multiple reasons why you lost. But if we got that rebound, we would have went to overtime, and who knows what would have happened. And, not to mention, the Boston Celtics were up 14-2 to start this game. Now, I've said this quote 100 times. I'll say it again. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I understand that. But this is now 2 games already in the first 8 games of the season. 2 out of 8 times, the Boston Celtics started a 14-2 run to start the game, and they end up losing. They did it against the Pistons, and now they've done it against the Jazz. Why did they do it? Because it's the same problems. The 3-point shooting and the rebounding. I think the 3-point shooting is definitely a lot worse than the rebounding, but it still made us lose this game tonight. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. The refs, I mean, that's probably, that usually happens once in a while, but as a ref, you have to call that tripping call. It's so... It's honestly disappointing how you don't call that. And not only for Celtics fans because we lost the game, but for the entire league in general. Because anybody would look at that and they would say, that's a tripping call. You know the one group that doesn't think that's a tripping call? The refs in damn TD Garden. The only people in the world that didn't think that was a foul were the refs in the Garden tonight. Everyone else knew that was a foul. Even the Jazz, I bet you think that should have been a foul. Obviously, they're not going to admit to it because it went their way, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I bet that's how it went because of how obvious that call should have been made. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand. You got to watch the play. Because I don't know what Jaylen Brown could have done to avoid getting tripped over. Because it's literally right in front of him. I'm not blaming Jaylen Brown at all. Jaylen Brown played the best tonight. 36 points in a losing effort. Everyone shot horrible from 3. Because we went 11 for 51. So no one shot good from 3. What a surprise. Even when we win games, our 3-point shooting is still not really good. But this was the worst it's ever been. And I didn't think it could get worse. But, of course, with Joe Mazzulla never wanting to change the game plan, I'll never know why. You know, it's funny. Because the Celtics were down 10 with 4 minutes to go in this game. You know why they came back in the game? You know why they had a chance to win this game? Is because they shot 2s. And they actually made it. Why weren't you doing that most of the rest of the game? We would have won. Why? That's why I'm crashing out. Because I don't understand. It should take common sense to realize, okay, 3s are not working, so let's shoot 2s for the rest of the game. The Celtics did that in that 14-2 run they had in the late fourth quarter. That's the reason why they had a chance to win this game. Why weren't you doing that in the third quarter? In the second, in the first? Why? That's why I'm so frustrated with Joe Mazzulla and the Boston Celtics to start this season. Why? Why go away from it? That's why I say that this team has no common sense. Because that's what it should only take. And the Celtics still don't want to do it. And I don't care what team we played. If the way the Celtics lost this game, this video was being made if it was against any other team in the NBA. But the fact that the matter was the Jazz? You've got to be kidding me. This was supposed to be the get-right game for the Celtics after getting blown out by the Rockets by 27. And it was not. And honestly, even if we won this game, this video would still be made. It probably won't be involved screaming if we won, but I would still talk about the problems, but not in a screaming manner. But the fact that we lost, that's why we have a screaming video right now. Or a rant video, whatever you want to call it. The Celtics are a bad basketball team. It's still early in the season. 8 games in out of 82. But there's no way you can say to me that this is the Celtics team that I remember from the past 2 years. Because it's not. It's not even close. I mean, the same problems are the same. But that's it. With the threes and the rebounding and whatever. You know why we won? You want to know why we got our 18th banner in 2024? It's because we actually had a fully healthy team, better team, and the three-point shooting actually worked better than it is right now. And the rebounding was better. That's why we won the championship in 2024. In 2025, everyone was still healthy before the Tatum injury, obviously. And that strategy that made us win the 2024 championship was slipping away, and we got eliminated by the Knicks. Here we are with, after we trade most of our players, we get a bunch of new guys, and Tatum's out for most of the season, and we continue to have the same problem. Now it's getting worse. And here we are making this video right now. And the saddest thing out of them all, out of all of this, the saddest thing is that I can think of is that whoever the Celtics play next game, nothing will change. That's right. Nothing will change. The Celtics will shoot another 53s, and they'll make probably 10, 15 of them, and it would be a miracle to win the game, whoever we're playing. You cannot win a basketball game if you can't get a rebound on the line when the game's on the line, and you definitely can't win a game when you're shooting 11 from 51 from 3. We shot 20 more threes than Utah. Think about that. The twos actually work for this team. The two-pointers work. That's why we got back into the game with 2 minutes left. That's exactly why. And the rebounding was better. That's all it takes. The Celtics are just too stubborn to change the game plan. Especially for the threes. The rebound just doesn't even come from a game plan. Rebounding just comes down to who wants it more. The three-pointers you can fix with a game plan, which Joe Mazzulla will not do. Trust me, it will never happen. Unless we get a new coach. That's the only way it happens. I'm not saying I want Joe Mazzulla fired, but that percentage is only going to go up if we're not going to change the game plan. And there's no sign of it doing that. But that's probably going to do it for the Celtics video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We play the Wizards next. Celtics, if you want to shoot 10 for 50 from 3, we'll lose to the Wizards too. That's fine, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. It's great. It's great. I'm done talking about the Celtics. Updates around the Boston sports. Bruins looking a little bit better this week. We're up to 7-7. After starting 3-0 and then losing 6 in a row. So we went from 3-0 to 3-6. Now we're back up to 7-7. So good week for the Bruins. Hopefully we can get above 500. That's the next step. New England Patriots still looking great. Tied for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Tied for the best record in the league. New England Patriots are rolling. They got a big game with the Buccaneers. I already made the video of the Patriots if you want to go check that out. When they played the Falcons. I also talked about a little bit about the Buccaneers game coming up, because that's going to be the biggest matchup of this regular season for the Patriots, in my opinion. And Red Sox, we do have some, I mean, I don't even know if I would call it breaking news, because we kind of knew this was going to happen, but we do have some new news for the Red Sox, first one of the offseason, because the season is over. Alex Bregman has officially opted out of his contract. He is now a free agent. But this is, well, we do also have breaking news. Giolito has also opted out of his contract, and he is now a free agent. The Red Sox can still re-sign him, obviously, but if they're opting out of their contract, becoming free agents, it's pretty clear that they want to go to a new team, if you ask me. Pete Alonso is now a free agent. I don't know if the Red Sox are going to get him. Anything can happen. We'll see if that miracle happens. That would be great if he comes on. And also Kyle Schwarber is a free agent right now, but in my opinion, I think there's a very likely chance that he's going to re-sign with Philly. I mean, obviously there is a slim chance that either Pete Alonso or Kyle Schwarber can go to the Red Sox, but right now I don't see that happening at all, but anything can happen in sports. You never know. But those are your updates for Boston sports. Thank you guys for watching this video. Next Celtics video, I hope it's more positive than this. I just hope at this point, because tonight, I mean, it was just so upsetting tonight for the Celtics. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.